Alright, guys. Thunder go up 2-1 in a game that the Spurs had their little moments of making it look interesting, and obviously there was the opening 15-0 stretch, but after that first couple of minutes, OKC was just way better tonight. Real quick, some injury stuff. J-Dub is out. Hope to see him. The guy's had a nightmare of a season with his hamstring. AJ, Fox, and Harper are in. As far as how they're feeling, I don't know. I mean, we could see the moments with Fox. Jay Will, Caruso, and Jared McCain all made shots. Although with McCain, it was more so twos. But I do think this starts with the way the Spurs are guarding SGA, where he's seeing doubles. I mean, he just hit Case and Wallace with a cross-court pass, and they doubled him from basically half court, which was one of the effective daggers of this 20-point game. Not long before that, you got Champagnie not really doubling Shea, but he's playing off of McCain just enough, who's one pass away, and Shea throws the pass at the perfect time where it's just a little too difficult for Champagnie to get all the way back there, and then McCain's making a pull-up too. That 4-point play that Jay Will just had on Cornette, that was off of a double where Caruso got it in the middle of the floor. Like either SGA was getting the assist or somebody flashed middle and then they got the assist, but it was off of the SGA doubles. Earlier in the game, they would have Dort super high screens to get SGA downhill, and then Wemby even had a couple of times where he stepped out of the paint a little bit because SGA got the initial advantage really early. I think Chet had 2 different baskets off of something like that. Of course, McCain either slipped a screen or kind of got Wemby closing out in the wrong direction, and they had made contact at the rim. He had a basket on Wemby at the rim. Congrats to him, Jared McCain. I wonder how Daryl Morey felt watching this game. I will just say with the Spurs doubles, or if not a double, then more bodies seeing SGA. There's no perfect answer against Shea, but he did look very comfortable against this. OKC was ready for all of it, and there were also a couple times where I was just like, was that one really necessary? Early in the game, one of the early Jay Will threes, I think Champagnie went to Shea when there was only a couple seconds left on the shot clock, and they had done a good job prior. And so then the question becomes either, do you keep doing it and believe in yourself to just do a better job, or they're going to miss a few more, or do you just calm down on its some and dare more baskets? There was this one early where SGA, he pretty much had to muscle through Castle to get it to a short jumper. It was on the left-hand side of the paint. I know because I was fixated on Wemby and iHeart. And it's either you're daring him to make more of those types of shots, or it's you're conceding something to role players. I mean, he did shoot 6 for 17. Anyway, we'll just say this. There were 66 free throw attempts, and it felt like the third quarter especially, it just didn't end. It was just another foul on another foul, and look, both teams are being really physical. They both had 33 free throw attempts, so I'm not trying to imply anything any which way other than clearly the refs were trying to get control of the game because, we were starting to get some pushing and all this, and Castle's mad that they're fouling him, and Caruso's like, yeah, I fouled you. Go shoot your free throws, bro. It felt like Wemby was able to get around iHeart for a few more of those seals in the paint where he could contest a drive at the rim. But I still think the story of this for OKC's offense was the doubles on Shea. And OKC's role guys making him pay. And also, Wemby was not just guarded by iHeart, of course. Caruso and Jay Will just go nuts from 3. 8 for 11. And I don't think it's particular rocket science. The OKC, while they're not 5 out for every minute of the game, they're certainly have their stretches where they're 5 out. Or, as always, Wemby's going to dare Caruso. Although he's getting out there a little bit more on Caruso now on some of these. He fouled him on one of those long twos. And then we get to the other side of the floor, where Stephon Castle just continues to have the weirdest stat lines in this series. What do you mean 1 for 8 and 11 for 14 from the free throw line? Look, of course, we don't know exactly how Harper and Fox are feeling, although we can have an idea with Fox, so just his moments of going to the bench. But while Wemby had 26 on good efficiency in this game, I just felt like there were so many defensive possessions where OKC just executed whatever they were trying to do, whether it was pressuring him to get the ball out of his hands on an inverted action, like Isaiah Joe did that one time, where Wemby's trying to go at him on the 3-point line, and Isaiah Joe just rushes to the ball, gets him to pick the ball up. Or it's Lou Dort is pressuring De'Aaron Fox at the half-court line as Wemby and Fox try to run a screen. That was actually when Dort and iHeart kind of crashed into each other, but I'm pretty sure the Spurs didn't score on this play. Or you got plays where Chet switches onto Fox, and then Fox is just kind of surrounded around the basket. Or Chet holds up really well on Castle on a drive. He's just dropping on this one because Chet, again, he's guarding Wemby more than he was in the first game. And then Castle's also just getting kind of swarmed. And of course, OKC, the way that they can swarm the paint and then close out to shooters, it's crazy how they do it, right? You got Chet and Jay Will, they're able to switch a Carter Bryant, Wemby, little DHO thing they try on the left-hand side, or you'll have Chet helping off of Champagnie for some possessions. I mean, Chet, everybody's all over the place defensively, but Chet will help off of Champagnie, but then Caruso will end up closing to Champagnie. So Jay Will taking a charge on Wemby when Cornette was out there at the end of the first with Wemby. as in J. Will helped off of Cornette. And again, Wemby got to his pretty normal point total through entry passes or pick and pop threes versus iHeart, or very late there they ran, or they actually got one of those inverted screens to work, or it was a super high Wemby screen. I'd have to look at it again. There was also like a double screen in there that I think got Wemby that lob as well. So they got him to his normal point totals, but the Spurs offense just did not feel comfortable at all tonight. I'm also remembering Caruso guarding Wemby in the post, and then Chet comes over as a help defender, which that was the vision of game one, and this particular play, it worked out for him on this one. So that's cool. We did see a little bit of Wemby Cornette lineups at the end there. Mitch Johnson's just searching for anything, pretty much. They once again lost the Cornette minutes. San Antonio Thunder once again dominate the Cornette minutes. The Cornette's just in a real tough spot here, man. I mean, either OKC's super spaced out with Chet or J. Will or both of them, or iHeart's screen setting and hitting guys for backdoor cuts. All that opens up so much when Wemby is not in the game. Basically, OKC kind of dominated this game, but the Spurs hung around for a while. Anyway, have a good one, guys.